Derek and Romaine. Right now, the radio show to hear is Derek and Romaine.
And with us here in studio, we are happy to welcome back singer Aiden Leslie.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's nice to see you again. You look great, as always. You took some time off from music, yes?
I took some time off. I felt, I think the biggest reason is that I just became burnt out. I had a lot going on with my family. My sister passed away in 2006. It was actually right before I came to see you guys for my last single, and it took about a year or two for that to settle in, and for me to really kind of digest it. Once that hit, I really came to a point where I was questioning a lot of things. Also, my parents are not well themselves, and so my sister was pretty much the primary caregiver for them. So they're in Cincinnati, I'm in New York City.
Makes it hard.
It was hard, you know, because it was just my sister and I.
Right.
So when I lost her, I lost a lot of support, you know. So coming from that, you know, to them by myself, it was a big adjustment. It was a big adjustment. So with all of those things, you know, looking back on it now and like where I am today, that's the reason why, you know, I just really needed to stop and figure out what I wanted to do. And, you know, to be honest, I wasn't really even sure that I wanted to do music again. I wasn't sure.
Really?
No, I really thought that I was going to just that was it, you know.
But now I find that fascinating, and the reason I say that is because the people that I know who are musicians and truly love music, it is more than just something they do. It is who they are. So is that the case for you, or?
Without a doubt, and. Yeah. In the moment, you know, sometimes you're in things and you don't really see them for what they are. You know, in that moment, I was like, you know what, I'm out of it, I'm done, I'm burnt out, I want to go take care of my mom and dad. I was sad, you know, and I felt directionless, to be honest with you. I did. Yeah. And so coming through that, what brought me out of that was the realization that, you know what, you are an artist. You do love your music. It's one part of you. You know, it's not all of you, but it's an important part of you. And you need to express yourself, and you need to find your way back to that. Once that switch went off in my head is when I realized, like, okay, I get it now. I need to get back on the road, you know.
So now you're back.
I'm back. I'm back.
And what inspired your first song?
Worlds Away is a lot about what I just described. You know, where am I today? I'm worlds away from that, really. Right. You know, it's from a literal standpoint. You know, we all have struggles. We all have our own path and our own journey. We can all identify with that. And Worlds Away is knowing what you've gone through and realizing it and then letting it go.
Even though you had sort of set music aside, did you find yourself wanting to write, though? Did you spend any time actually doing that, you know, to help get through it?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. To be honest with you, no. There would be moments where I go, you know, I'm gonna start to write. I'm gonna start to, you know, take out the pencil and pad and
even if it was just for you.
Even if it was just for me, but then I found myself starting to be blocked. You know, I just wouldn't allow myself to go there. So, yeah, I mean, it was tough, you know, because for a long time there, I wasn't necessarily seeing myself in that way. I wasn't connecting to it like you were talking about. I wasn't really aware. The minute that I kind of tuned into that again is when that changed.
Right.
During this time when you weren't creating music, were you listening to music?
Of course, you know, I was. I was listening to music, and in my mind I'd be like, oh, I really want to do that kind of a sound, or that's really, really cool, or this is really, really rockin', whatever, you know. But it's funny, I didn't listen to any of my music which was interesting.
Right.
It was difficult to go back and listen to my music, because in a way, that wasn't me. You know, I didn't really think, oh, I've done this, or this was once a part of my story.
Right.
You know, so it's interesting, you know, that you bring that up. I mean, I could listen to others, but I really didn't listen to myself.
How about now?
Do I play it all the time? You know, no, I don't sit down and listen to my own music all the time.
But what about performing the music from
when I'm
that part of your life?
performing? Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I'm definitely into like telling another story. I love that part of it. I definitely feel like, you know, it has another life. Like the last single that I did was Please. That's when I came here last time. Yeah. I went back into the studio, reworking it for a performance, you know. So it was like this whole, you know, you're going back in there and you're like, okay, maybe I want to tell this side of the story, or I want to do something a little different, you know. I don't ever feel like it's set in stone. I love that part of it.